Hello and welcome to season 2 of Vivi's podcast. This is your girl Vivian and I'm so excited about this second season. The hashtag is the catch up. And on today's episodes, I'm going to be catching up with some two amazing guests on the show. Of course, I have my very able co-host. Her name is Carolyne Destiny. Hey. Yeah, Carolyne is a transformational coach. She's also passionate about ladies mentorship and just general all-round growth. Tuseme tu yani, the journey to wholesomeness. Carol is the person for that. She is also a mother and a wife. Carol, we're so happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much, Vivian.
You're welcome, Karibu Sana. Right. And then on my right is a guy who looks very serious, but well, he goes by the name 2mbili, yes. But I also like to call him Tooms. I think it's a cool name.
Yeah, for the ladies.
Yeah, for the ladies. Tooms is for the. So if you're a lady, he's called Tooms.
Tooms baby.
Okay, I don't know about the baby, lakini kwa leo tuseme Tooms pia iko sawa.
Iko fine.
Iko fine kabisa. Tooms is the African Prince of Comedy.
Yes.
Yeah. Certified, yani the awesomest, anatetemesha kabisa. He's a good friend of mine as well, and he's also content creator. He has a very huge show on YouTube inaitwa Celebrate.
Yeah.
Sini kweli?
Yeah.
Tumbili, karibu sana.
Asante sana. Thank you so much, Vivian. Yes.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Thanь you so much. Yeah.
I'm
welcomed.
You're very welcome. on the catch up.
The catch up.
That's the hashtag.
You caught me.
Yeah, I caught you. I caught you, and now you are part of the hashtag. The catch up.
The catch up. Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yeah. Awesome. So we're gonna start with an icebreaker.
Okay.
Especially seeing that you are the African Prince of Comedy. Mazi, I love that title. Man, like it just speaks presence, like, you know, love it.
You know, the African Prince of Comedy is bigger than the we anajitaga je ujamaa wa kushikwa. He named himself. Me, I was named.
Right.
Yeah. Najeri kaliboeka tu siku moja akaona wacha dijiite the king.
But let me ask you, what's more important, the names that people give us or the names that we give ourselves?
You see, even it's more special if you are given. Like wewe Vivian, maybe haukutaka kuitwa Vivian, but because ulipata unaitwa Vivian, ulipatiwa na wazai wako, na get like they sat down, discussed, went through some names nini, Josephine na Kai, Marianu Kai. They settled on Vivian, you know, because they felt it's special to you. Umtoi atakapoa akiwa anaitwa Vivian. There's wakisi wanaita watoi mauti.
No, let's
so
let's have at least, because we've already decided.
I feel like he has a point, not the Mauti point though. The point where it's better to be given a name because it means people have seen that in you. So they are calling you the African Prince of Comedy because that's what they have seen.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's wrong to give yourself a name, because even you can have self-awareness until you name yourself. So I think 2mbili, Tumbili, we're gonna keep rhyming like that, eh?
Yeah, you see, and that's when you see most artists. There are those ones that feel they are like you. Your real name is Vivian.
Yes.
And you maintained that for your art.
Yes.
So mimi jina nilipewa na wazazi wangu, I'm not comfortable with it. Nikajita Tumbili. Unaona? Tumbili is more special.
Otu ulipewa gani?
We imagine naitwa Duncan. Like,
can you even?
Can you imagine me naitwa Duncan, you know? So yani hawaku hata creative. There was no creativity in Duncan, you see. Like you tu ni Duncan, you know. So me Tumbili. Unaona?
Tumbili ni mnyama.
Mine is not animal. Mine is like a 22. That's why I start writing it with a numeric 2. Yeah, wow. Numeric 2, then mbili in words. So it's 22.
And what does that mean?
It means you? 22.
Why 22?
Okay, it's something, it's a holy name, by the way. Because when I was starting to do like commercial stand-up comedy, I told God I want to be somewhere by the age of 22. And that's why nikajita Tumbili. But before, I was laughing gas. laughing gas nilipewa with my fellow.
Ulikuwa unaitwa laughing gas?
Yes, nilikuwa naitwa high school, but when nikatoka nikaja kampo nikajichange.
Yeah, interesting.
Lakini I'm happy you built from laughing gas to tombs. Because laughing gas kidogo.
Yeah, manze na kali.
Na kama lazima uharibu hewa.
No, laughing gas is like nitrogen something oxide there.
Yeah, the one for the dentist.
Inhale unaanza kucheka tu.
But normally what happens when you release gas, people laugh, isn't it?
Do you laugh?
Me, but
people nikatoa gas hapo utacheka. Kwani ni uko gas gani hizo?
Watu wengi hupenda kucheka.
Yeah, it's a default.
No, it's so okay to us. Mzameitoa ndio ucheka, unaona? The other people will be like watakuwa irritated.
Oh, yeah,
like sasa nikitoa nitatoa kama naanza kucheka.
Usitoe, please don't relive your old days. Just be 22.
Ya sasa hii ni ya kuforce inaweza toka na tu.
Yeah. Tombs, wait. Caro, we need the icebreaker.
All right. At least. Although I feel like we've already broken the ice.
Yeah.
But, okay, the icebreaker. So what you want to find out from each other, and we'll start with you as our guest, is what would you tell that laughing gas, that younger man, what would you tell him if you were to see him now, go back in time, what would you tell your younger self about boys? Or rather about girls, because now you're a boy, about girls, about money, and about fatherhood. What would you tell him? Kukoaje uko mbele?
Oh, like the young me,
yes.
about women.
Yes.
Yeah, about women, the young me, I think I have nothing to tell me kwa sababu I was that person who was maybe never interested with women. What people don't know is I broke my virginity at 24.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
At 24 na ilikuwa ni hasira. When in campo, it was like a revenge, nimepigwa exile semester nzima saa unataka uprove these people that
you're man enough.
It's not that me siwezi wapiga exile. Nile tu I have my principles, about what else? About
money. Yeah.
Money, unajua the young me sina kitu ya kujiambia kwa sababu that money was not there. So naweza jiambia cheki ukipata hii do unafaa ufanye hivi na hivi, but sasa I didn't have it.
Yeah.
But it's good to go to line up your priorities first. Because me, the moment I started like getting money, I felt like every time I've been me, yani mi najua kumanage the little I have. Afadhali nikae fala hapo sina do, but mi naogopaga kusota. Generally hata nikuwe na 10 bob, afadhali nikufe nayo njaa kaiko kwa mfuko, but nisikufe waseme alikufa njaa juu hakuwa na do. You see? So that's me. Then I go for priority sana.
Okay.
It's like maybe I might have 1,000 shillings. There's someone there who maybe is almost dying of hunger. Maybe nimtole, maybe atakapancha makaso adishi. That has been me since kitambo. What else about fatherhood is for me personally, I can't regret being a father because it's the best thing that I can say has ever happened to me. If I was given a chance to be a father to someone else again, I'll take it quickly.
Father Abraham.
Not Father Abraham thing. Me just love kids. I love si ati napenda kuitwa daddy ama nini. Me, I'm free. My kids can call me anything they want, but as long as I'm their father, these are my kids. Like, can you imagine unaangalia binadamu mwingine and they are your product, to me it's so beautiful and so special to me. And like kuone mtoi wa mtu mwingine anakuja kucheza na tumakamasi kwa mlango yako unakatimua mbio. To me it's so special. It's so special, like I've given life to another human.
It's such a huge responsibility.
And I'll do that anytime, any day. Yeah. But not just to anyone. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
How about you, Vivian?
Wow. I'm still absorbing Tomb's answers, but I like
Yeah.
them. I like how he's very honest with his younger self. So the first one was
about boys. For
Boys.
it's men. Yeah.
I would tell her boys don't bite.
You were scared of boys.
I was scared of boys
Yeah.
because there was so much fear instilled growing up with boys.
Okay.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like if you touch a boy, you'll get pregnant. You know, so and I feel like that was not a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you fear, you know, and what you fear can take advantage, you know. So
Yeah.
just to know that boys don't bite,
Yeah.
that you can talk to them, you can stand up to them, you can tell them no, you can tell them songa, you can tell them
Yeah.
I'll call you, don't call. Yeah, as in you can just be yourself.
Yeah, true.
They're just humans. It's just that they're boys, you know. So I would tell my younger self, boys don't bite. But then, of course, I would encourage her to develop herself first before she has so many boys
Amazing.
around her. Yeah. Number 2 is money.
Money, yeah.
Gosh. Well, I would tell her the world understands the language of money. So she needs to be aware of that. But also the focus is not on the money, even if that's what the language the world understands. The focus is on the value.
Yeah.
So for her to understand what she brings to the table, like to grow her gifts, if she likes music, if she likes dancing, if she likes playing, if she likes running, if she likes chemistry, whatever it is she likes, to grow that and then become the best at it, and the money will follow her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the...
For you, motherhood?
Wow. Motherhood. So I'm a mother of one. Motherhood is such a sweet journey.
Yeah.
And because sometimes I look at my daughter, and now we're almost the same height. In fact, we wear the same shoe size.
Wow. Okay.
So she's always practicing how she'll walk around in my heels, and she looks so good. But then thinking about when I got her and the whole process of taking care of her and breastfeeding her, and now she's the one who cooks. I was telling you the other day.
Yes.
She cooks and she tells me, Mom, since you went back to school, you don't cook.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's always cooking. And I told her, I've cooked for you for 12 years. The
Yeah.
way you were saying, 12 years a slave.
Yeah.
So I would tell my younger self that's one of the most beautiful things that she'll ever experience.
Yeah.
But then it has its challenges. The world has corrupted it.
Yeah.
Like, especially for mothers, it's like, sijui mtoto anafaa kukaa, sijui kama kitu imepigwa pasi, like something. And they're just children.
They're just children.
You know,
Yeah.
so to not fret the pressure.
Yeah.
Unapatianga mtoto wako chakula kama, unampatianga chakula gani? Analalanga saa ngapi?
Yeah.
Anaotanga jua saa ngapi? So she's gonna get a lot of impositions as regards motherhood, but then she doesn't need to own it. And also to do it at her own time.
Awesome.
And at her own pace.
Yeah.
Si ati sasa lazima uko sijui na watoto wangapi, social media inakwambia uko na watoto wangapi, ndio upigiwe makofi, ndio uonekane mother. It's a very, very personal decision.
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. I love your answers. I think for me, and I love your motherhood journey. It's amazing.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I think for me, when it comes to men or boys, I think I would tell my younger self, it's possible to develop healthy relationships. Wow. It doesn't have to be somebody is trying to get something. If they cannot wait, then watoke hapa waende mbali sana. Like it doesn't have to be that way, and that I have the power to say no. I have the power to say no to whatever I don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a song that used to play back in the day. You don't have to rush. you know, I am not a singer, so I'll leave that for you. But it was all about you don't have to rush about anything.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm even saying I was rushing, but I was also being rushed. You know, people are always looking at you and just thinking how they want to rush you.
Kwanza we are rushed at 25. Hey,
even
amjuangi
25.
mkienda family meeting ujawahi pata mtu you are 25 years old.
You're so young.
25 at this generation, man, is so old, you know.
Ay,
That's
That's
so
sad.
old.
but your mind is so underdeveloped.
Oh yeah,
So old.
it's true. It's true.
No. For a female,
Unajua hakuna kitu mtu anakuwa akili ya dem at 25. Ndio
maturity
maana
ya dem
mnakuwa
at
na
20.
na
the
shida.
female is developed.
We only think
to-
about how we're going to go eat ice cream. As in we think about nonsense, to be honest. So you're telling this girl when I'm 25.
Yeah.
It's a
But most
disaster.
of them at this generation are running their relationship and marriage at 20.
But there's an advantage of doing these things when you're younger, especially when both of you are younger. You get to know each other. You jinga yote, if we can call it that,
Yeah.
way, or that all that immaturity, you get to get over with it quickly and
Yeah.
move on. Yeah,
Because being at broken at 40 pia ni unaona pia.
yeah.
Unalamba tu heartbreak.
Wacha nimalize hii icebreaker. So about money, actually when I was younger, I had a slogan, die rich. Die
Rich.
or die trying. Get rich or die trying. You know. And I now can tell my younger self, stop it. Just work hard. You don't even have to die. Just work hard. You can make it. You've got, God has already deposited everything you need to become, you know,
Yeah.
whatever in terms of financially stable and all that. You don't have to die. It was just, I think it was a
Sasa kuna
song.
wimbo ilikuwa inaimba
No, it's
hustle, hustle, hustle.
It's a 50 cents movie called
Yeah.
Get Rich or Die
Oh,
Trying.
die trying. Yeah, that used to be my slogan.
But you know, people don't consider that you will actually die trying.
You will
more than
actually
you will
die.
get rich.
And you will even be
No,
even
I-
be dead having sold your soul to
Yeah.
whatever gives you the money. Yeah. For motherhood, I think I share the same sentiments with you, Vivian. It's oh God, it's such a responsibility. Like you know, seeing like 2mbili was saying, seeing children and now they are in your care.
Yeah.
I think I would tell my younger self, you can do it. It's already ingrained. It's wired.
wow.
Because I tell you, the day I held my son is 22 years old. In
Wow.
fact, when he listens
Wow.
to this conversation, he will be like, Mom, because 22 is his number. 22 is the number of light.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a number of light.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a number of light. And so for him, his names, everything, he just he coins that.
Oh, wow.
22. So when he was born 22 years ago, I was so scared. I thought I'm gonna kill him or hurt him or what. And yeah, but it's just the fear of seeing babies.
Yeah.
You know, when you're younger and you see babies. So yeah, I would tell my younger self, you can do it. It's already in the mother. The nurturing is already inside of you. You don't have to. You don't have to YouTube it. Actually, you don't need to YouTube that. It's in you. Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
Oh, it's already
Yeah.
inside you.
Yeah,
That's
put
deep.
it.
That's deep. So many of us don't know that. That's why we are always asking for advice, and then you're given such wrong advice. Hey,
I think it's good to look
sijui
inside.
eka mtoto nini. I remember there's a time a neighbor of mine told me to put a karatasi na mate hapa kwa mtoto
For the hiccup.
for the hiccups.
You know it works. Did you try?
I didn't know anything. Then
Yeah.
like there's a lot of things like the world is all unashika aje mtoto sasa
The
nani
myths.
wako hata
Yeah.
ukimshika aje si Mungu atamweka tu kama ni wako kuu.
But then there are very many myths.
There are
There
so
are
many
very
myths. Sijui
But
if-
this one happened to me in hospital when my last born was born. He had a hiccup. The doctor, I'm not talking of
neighbor.
clinical officer, doctor. He just came and told me, you can do what you women do. You can put a paper on him. So I always wanted to go and research because when I put a paper on him, he actually cut for me his paper from the forms. Alikuwa na beba. And I put it and the hiccup went. So there must be obviously some science.
Yeah.
But now
Is it
I think when it
science?
has been passed on to from one wife mother to another, it looks like a myth.
Yeah.
Of course, but there are myths, obviously. There
Yeah.
are myths out there.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
cultural. But now for you, 2mbili, of course, for us, we are sharing our journey as
Yeah.
mothers. For you as a father, and I like that you're so proud to be a father.
Yeah.
Firstly, how old are your children? And then just the journey of fatherhood for you, and in both ways, like how you are fathered, right? Like how your father was in your life and how you father your children.
First of all, the kids that I live with right now, the eldest is 6, the other one is 4, the other one is 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the others are older than all of these ones. So me, I'm just trying to improve on how my dad raised me, because I was raised, I don't know if it's harshly or how it came, because I lost my mom when I was 7. So I got introduced to stepmothers, like many of them. They were coming, trying, you know. Maisha yangu imekuwa sinema.
Ni mwenye tu atajaribu.
Manze mwenye ata it yo. So ndo wanakuwa maintained.
It's so sad, but you're making it so funny. Ati mwenye atahaki it. And these are people, these are lives. These are human lives.
You know, when I lost my mom in, I think, 2002, later, maybe the same year, or I was still young, my dad had to remarry because he was still young and he had jobs to do, you know. So at first, I think the first few months he was trying to like balance it the way I'm trying, you know. Like right now I'm just with my kids alone, you know.
Yeah.
So I think ilimlemea, and that's when he decided to get someone. And this someone ni kama alikuja vacation, you know. I always say she came for vacation. Because that's when actually I got introduced to washing utensils, cleaning, you know, washing my own clothes. It was something that I had never done before. So I even became a street boy.
Oh.
I ran from home.
Wow. How old were you?
I was 7.
Oh, wow.
I always tell people I was a street boy for 2 days, and they're like, they think I'm
2 days.
Just, for 48 hours. Yeah.
That's not unqualified. Ni kama kukosa kwenda nyumbani.
2 days.
I was in the streets.
Yeah.
I was in the streets. It got to a point where nilikuwa vile nilitafutwa nikapatikana. I started collecting scrap metals, naenda nazipimisha, you know, just to get something, just to get something at least ndio nisi, because now whatever I really wanted from my dad, I couldn't get it because the stepmother had control over everything.
Wow.
So I had to like sometimes I have to collect those scrap metals, mifupa, niende nipimishe plastics, nipimishe so that I have at least do kwa mfuko and also protect my brothers.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's something that I'm just improving. The way I'm raising my kids, I'm improving on how my dad raised me. I don't want.
So are you like friends with your kids? You know, do you get to just do father children activities with them a lot? Or because you know what you're talking about is you're trying to establish a relationship with your children. Probably something that your father growing up was alikuwa anatafuta do, you know, and that debate sometimes is there whereby the men are told, you know, you would have done better, you are not there, but the men also defend themselves because unajua pia times keep on improving. So our parents, some of them, they didn't have an option. Lazima wangetafuta. Na wangetafuta na wale. And you find that even when they grow older, a lot of people will say, my dad, staki story zake, he was never there.
Yeah.
But his priority was probably kutafuta, kuhakikisha mmesoma, putting food on the table. Especially for our parents, mlikuwa mmepata mmezaliwa kama 6.
Yeah. It's a tough balance.
So
for me I can say my dad is like I don't know about other fathers, but my dad is like the best father I've ever seen. I think he's even better than me because he's one person that believed so much in education. He did everything he could to make sure si tumesoma. Even when at his lowest during the post-election violence, post-election we were so much affected. We lost everything. Okay, me, I was born raised in Nakuru, everything. So we lost everything. And you see, at that time, nilikuwa nimemaliza primary, so I was supposed to join Form 1. And at this time, he lost everything. Ajui hata tanzia wapi. Did everything he could. Nikapata shule. I didn't go to the schools I was
supposed to.
So he did everything. He's one person. He even started selling things. Unajua kuna ule mtu anaweza uza tu vitu, I invest mahali, but he was selling things manze tusome. You see, and this time hana kitu, but he believes so much in education design. He took, like, he was taking us to those quality schools. Though me nilikata, me I'm the only person kwetu sienda private because me I believed si mwalimu ni mimi. I'm the one to decide ile grade nataka, unaona. If I want to score this, I'll score it anywhere. So with that, I borrow so much from him, keeping us close, because I can say with other stepmothers who are coming, at least mtu anakam haizi toka bila mtoi, unaona. So unapata sasa tuko wengi. Tuko wengi hata wengine siwajui. Cheki. Naongea na 2mbili. Mimi ni bro wako.
It's so comical.
So I'm like, yo. So but me, si ati niko ubaya, me I give more priority to my mother's kids. Alafu sasa wale wengine sasa wafuate. Unaona? So with that, I borrow so much. I wouldn't like to do any mistake. From the mistakes that I feel my dad made, like the ones of maybe remarrying without. Kwa sababu at that time usome msee utaona ushapea mtu program uambie cheki na kuchukua hivi because mama ya wale hayuko, amededi, so we kazi yako ni to take care of them. Then mtu anakam vacation. Because right now, from what happened recently, my situation, you were to talk it maybe in future in this interview, but let me just gusia kidogo. My DM is so full of women who really want to be with me, and they are promising heaven to my kids, and me, I can't take a risk because I don't know vile hati ya mse iko. Mse atakuja hapo akuempoa maybe for 1 year, alafu the rest of the years akwe cruel, to me and the kids, because that's what happens. We have people maybe who broke up because maybe kuna zile vitu zili happen when you I can't say first tumemit mse leo na akakuwa mbaya kwako na mkapendana mkaendelea na maisha. They reached a point where umeona haiwezi, you see. So it's still the same thing. So me nikamua, I don't want to introduce my kids to any woman. I just want to be their mother and their father, but still their mother is there. Akitaka kuona, akitaka kufanya nini, the kids are there. Akitaka hata kuwachukua aende aishi nao mahali. I'm good. So all in all, I don't want to lose any fatherhood quality, the best ones from my father. Zote nimezichukua. Then zile mbazi nyalikuwa nazo, I'm improving on them because me I'm human pia.
That's true. I think you've made and I commend you for that, a very important point, because when it comes to fatherhood, you see how you see a father carrying a child on the shoulders. He is stepping on the dad's shoulder. And if a father, if he does not become a better father than the dad, and we are not judging, we know that there are different circumstances, then that's not how it's supposed to be, because you're supposed to climb on your father's shoulders and see father do better, and that's what you're doing, just especially protecting them from the one thing that really hurt you guys. I can imagine ni kama ile story ya Cinderella, you know, stepmother amekam, alafu sasa nyinyi mnakuwa mboch. It was nice to learn to wash dishes and clothes, right? But not in that way.
It was cruel for us, it was cruel design. Sometimes the house is just clean hivyo, tena mnambu mfagie. Like kuna ule mtu kisha piga duster, mwingine anafagia. Like tulikuwa tumepewa.
You know what I pick from that, even just from what both of you have said, I feel like that's also an interference of culture, because you see now for you can make that independent decision, because culture is not so harsh on uko na watoto watatu tafuta bibi, you know, but unapata kitambo it was like kwani wewe umekuwa mama unashinda hapa na watoto, you know, so you know, so sometimes marrying not out of even wanting, but out of trying to run away from that cultural stigma, and maybe your mom is on your case, hujapata mtu, your auntie is on your case, your neighbors are on your case, unaget. So I feel like that has also affected some of the
push like ni wao wanamtaka,
ni kama ni hao wataishi na yeye,
ni wao wanamtakanga. They want to grow the family, yeah.
And at your expense.
At my expense.
Yeah, it's at your expense.
It's like now me, sasa people every time, like I can't even post anything kwa maybe kwa social media, people comments ni tafuta mbochi, you know, tafuta mbochi, sijui peleka watoto wapi.
But people forget these are your children. You can clean them, you can play with them. They're your children. You get to do stuff with them. So
because me I've grown design, I've seen everything design. I've never taken my kids to the daycare or even introduced them ati niko na mbochi, you know. I fear niko tu na, like, I don't know, some mentality. Naweza rudi hapo jioni upate manzi hakuna watoi. So utaanzia wapi? Just because maybe you had a small misunderstanding in the morning. You see?
They yani mtu ana behave extremely.
Project.
So, the kids. You know, there's when I was looking at your profile on Instagram, I noticed that in your description you've acknowledged God and you've put God first. So obviously I thought to myself, then you must be a deep believer in God. And when we're talking about fatherhood, of course, even for me as a believer, I know that God is there. He's the ultimate father. You know, that's he's the father to the fatherless.
Yes.
And that's why we say our Father who art in heaven. And so I don't know, Caro, in regards to like modeling God as the father, how would fathers like 2mbili and others who are trying, because I find men who are really, you know, but sometimes they are not equipped. They don't know. Then najua pia unakuanga tu na mabeshte. Beshte yako anakuambia tu mimi nafanyanga hivi. Wewe tafuta. Sasa hata umekaa sana. Sasa uko na katoi kademu utaanza kubuy pads. You know, they try and it becomes a weird space. But how does God the Father model to the fathers?
That's a very good question. I think your connection with God already begins to be the foundation, and that is where you get the knowledge of how to become a father. And then the other thing I would say is mentorship, because you see, when you connect yourself with beshtes are good for beshteness, but now there are those fathers who have done it right, who are doing, no one has done a perfect job, but they're doing a good job. And when God says, when God has brought in the whole fatherhood aspect, he knows he cannot be here physically, but he sends fathers, and we're going to be talking about this a lot. He sends fathers in the professional world, fathers in the family world, fathers in the church, fathers in all industries, everywhere, to be a role model. So connecting with such a person and saying, I am learning from this father, because I'm seeing how he's raising his children. He's not, you know, those dads who are in their kids' lives. They are not embarrassed. They can go shop for whatever it is that they need to shop. They can take them to school. They can take them to hospital. Do you have a daughter? Yeah. That this father is completely involved in their lives. Those are the people to look up to and to ask them for tips. Because anyway, there's a lot of advice out there, and it can go wrong. But if you get God will represent himself through another role, a male who is doing it right. And especially someone now who is married, so that you also learn a few things even about marriage, you know, so that if you want to now probably now get married in the future, then you're also learning. So just connecting with someone who's doing it. Yeah, that helps.
Wow. Is that something probably you've ever thought about in regards to mentorship of in the space of fatherhood? Because you see, you've said something that even when you don't have a nanny, but you're skeptical, you don't trust, you know, people to stay with your children and such things, but then understanding your spread out role as a father, do you feel like there are things you could still learn about fatherhood, and what would you pick as the qualities of a mentor in regards to fatherhood?
Maybe, you know, having maybe a daughter and having a daughter mjuaji sana
kama Vivian.
Still young.
Wote wanakuanga wajuaji.
And being a young father,
How old is she?
She's 4.
What's beautiful.
Mjuaji kabisa. She reasons like a 20-year-old. Because anaweza kutoka shule na maswali zingine akuulize, like she asks straight questions. Straight questions. Maybe she's watching maybe one of my shows, na ameona nimebeba mtu kwa gari, like we are doing Celebrate or we doing an interview. She's like, daddy, huyu ni mamu wetu mwingine. So must be ready to answer that question designer. Ye mwenye atakuwa comfortable. Because after that actually she's amejipanga tena na another question. You see?
They come coming.
Ama kuulize straight ati mbona sisi hatunanga mamu huku. Unaona? Or maybe wataingia kwa neighborskie wale wako na mbochi, mbona hamuna mbochi. Or maybe kuna kitu ameona huko, maybe some machineries nini akuja kuulize. Ama kuambie, sometimes she doesn't even ask, she tells you she wants this also in their house, you know. So lazima umjibu design, like for me I always be because my daughter is so sharp, lazima tu questions umwambie mimi sina ado ya kubai hiyo kitu. Unaona? Kwa sababu ya izukiaza wewe sijui hiyo machine nini atajua. She knows. Then again, what I love about her, she's so prayerful. Like the last video I uploaded, I think when I was coming here, she was praying for us last night, and my brother happened to record it. So she prays, you know, she prays. Then for her, you know, we are so much close when she's introducing herself.
How old is she again?
She's 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Atasema majina zake full, na aseme mtoto msupu wa daddy. And sometimes when she's with the mother, she introduce hivyo, the mother thinks ni mimi nimempanga hivyo. Unaona? Because for her she's comfortable. Anajua ni mtoto wa daddy.
And you know that makes me just feel that, you know, even as women, the bonds we create with our fathers when we were younger, they really speak into even how we end up choosing the men that we have in our lives. Because your father is the first model. And a lot of us like being closer to our fathers because, you know, they are chill. Then najua madem tunakuanga na mambo mengi from a young age, you know.
It's true.
Well, like just like your daughter. So many girls, that's the typical girl, And the father, if he's able to nurture it and mold it, so she knows how to also, but you know, if she didn't have a proper father figure, unapata tu mtu anamwambia kuna kierere sana nyamaza. You know, so she anarudi ni kama anakuwa kama kitu imejikunja. So I think even why I'm so passionate about the topic of fatherhood on the catch up is because I realize, even for me as a woman, when I clock back into a lot of the challenges that I've had in my own life, they are really attached to the fatherhood part. And now we live in a society where the men are like, some of them don't know how to be fathers. Others are not even given that opportunity. It's like, si watu wa maana, you know? So it's like, si lazima baba akue, you know? And then, you know, now even for us in our community, you find it's even normalized. You know, for the Kikuyu community, sometimes unapata tu unaitwa Timothy Wanjiko, you know, and
I'm a Duncan Wanjiro.
you know, and it's not
Duncan
bad,
Nduta.
but then it's dangerous to negate the role of the father. What we need to do is probably give more information for fathers to take up that role. And even the ones who've not done so well, I usually say it's never too late.
It's never too late.
You know,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, Vivian. And let me add this, picking from something
Yeah. 2mbili.
2mbili said. I was almost saying Duncan.
It's okay.
'Cause I was just, something 2mbili said that is, I mean, what he's doing with his daughter, affirming the daughter, and you were picking up on that as well. It's a role of the father, because the fathers give children identity.
Yes.
And so when the daughter keeps hearing the father saying you're beautiful, imagine when those two boys come around, he'll be like, my dad already told me, so I know. So you're not telling me anything, especially when it's not the right time, you know, for those kinds of relationships.
Yeah.
So it's very important to affirm and to call out who they are. And that's what you're doing. Your fathers, they're the ones who share the vision, the identity. And when you look at even Jesus, as awesome, amazing Jesus was, as in anajijua, even him, he had to be affirmed when he was baptized, and God said, this is my beloved son in whom I am well pleased.
Oh, wow.
How does Jesus, who knows himself, need that? You see, so it's important to be affirmed.
Yes.
And by the time Jesus was being affirmed, he hadn't even done any miracles.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, at baptism, he was still very young in it. And so he went to the wilderness to get tested and everything. But because he knew who he was, he even passed the tests. You know, when the devil was tempting you and all that. So it's so important to affirm, I mean, for the fathers to affirm. I think it's a stronger voice, and when the other voices come, it drowns them. It drowns them. You know, they hit the wall. Yeah.
You know, I'm so proud of this conversation on fatherhood, and even as we come to a close, I think 2mbili, for you, your story on your parenting and some of the things you shared, even on the abuse that you've gone through domestically, you know, and also now even fathering your own children and the strain of the relationship that you've had with their mother. I think for me, what I like to say is, sometimes when things are tough, focus on what is working, right? And what is working, I believe, is how you are taking care of your children, and the fact that they feel safe with you. Like if your daughter can say, mimi ni supu wa daddy,
hata shule, anywhere. Even from the video you can listen when it's the last post I did, like I think an hour plus ago. When she's praying, she's introducing herself to God, saying her full names, then adds mtoto msupu wa daddy. Flower.
Beautiful.
Flower. So Flower is a nickname that she got from her friends, and because she loves flowers, like lazima muonyeshe maua daily. Every morning lazima umpe maua.
I love that. I love that because it's usually so shocking. What happens to you at 4 influences the woman you are at 24.
Yes, 20 years
as in
later.
Parallel like this. So I think just to commend you on that, and even just of course being in entertainment, you know, because you're also very good at what you do as a content creator, as a comedian, and I know sometimes there can be a lot of voices in the ears.
So much.
To just keep yourself rooted in who God is. There are mentors available. We can talk about it after the show if you're interested, so that we don't repeat these mistakes. We don't repeat the cycle, you know, and sometimes unapatanga kitu inajirudia because you don't deal with it. You know, even today in the morning I was thinking, I'm not only fighting a battle as Vivian, I'm fighting my generational battle.
Absolutely.
With my family. True. How have women in my family been identified? Does it elevate us? Ama inaturudisha chini? If we are told we are thieves or we are what, I have to work hard to and do that
Yeah.
so that generationally we speak healing into each other, because ile mateso ulipitia westaka watoto wako wapitia, that's why you're fighting hard. So me, I'm happy for you, and I will keep praying
Just
for
another
you,
thing before
and I want you to even, in fact for me I'm just doing mine, but I feel like you guys should also share your takeouts as we close this episode. So
just some
some
sensitive stuff, you know, this thing I always we always sometimes have talks with our kids. So my daughter is this person that before she leaves, she will come hug you, give you a peck or a kiss or something. Then the brother is also watching. He was used to that, unaona, mpaka nikaanza kumtoka, mpaka kazoea that now it's, because I always see this happening to other families, like man to man kiss because of age differences, you know. So I felt this guy is 6, me I'm in my 30s, I'm the father, but now every time maybe he wants, maybe you like bidding them goodbye, watakuja hapo wote, they maybe you give them a hug and a kiss, hug and a kiss. So ikafika mali boys, cheki bro, cheki
social distance.
Cheki mpaka sahi amezoea. Right now maybe you will just come hug and najiondoe. Unaona? But this is just a sensitive, okay, to some point note. I don't know, me ndio nimechukulia vibaya, because at first the boy was feeling bad.
Help me understand. He's the one who doesn't want a kiss anymore.
Mimi nilimzoesha hivyo sasa.
Sasa na nani ataki sasa?
Now he's used, ashalan, unajua like cinema ndume wawili bro, cheki fanya hivi, cheki. Mimi nilikuwa naiona maybe unajua vile umezoesha mtu huyu anaezaona ni normal, mpaka amefika teen, he feels like yo, this is the thing, you know. Ni sawa tu mzae tulikuwa na duna hii stuff.
It's true.
See, you get it.
I get. I also see that it's also is the that one is not in our culture as much, you know, like the Middle East. They kiss the men, they kiss through, I mean, it's a culture in the Dubai, you go to Saudi Arabia, that's Iraq, as in the Middle East they do that, but it's not in our culture. So he's probably also seen it, and little boys there, they laugh at each other, because I remember there's a time I took my son to school, the one who is 22. He was in kindergarten, and then I gave him a hug, and then he's like, mom, my friends are looking at me. Why? You know why? Because someone giggled, like Mikey, I mean, he's called Brandon. Brandon has been hugged. So someone giggled. So that starts to create stigma around, you know, but it's a good thing. I feel like
mother to son is okay to some point.
For the hugs,
but
and
son
to
son to father to some point.
For me, I think he should hug. Absolutely. And even peck if he wants. If you should not refuse. If he draws back, you can. But for as long as he's willing, you know, this trying to shut down the emotions of men has put our society in a lot of trouble. Because men na iyo inaitangwa nini kukufa kimwanaume. It's literal. Statistically, suicide cases in men are way higher. So ni kukufa kimwanaume. Unakufa kabisa na story yako inaisha. Just because you can't say the truth, just because you can't cry, just because you can't express yourself. So I think if he's emotional na anafeel anataka hug na anataka peck.
But hugs are
why not?
Very good.
But that's my
tunazipunguza manzi, kwa sababu pale in future tena baada anataka hugs na mandume, anataka mapecs kwa mwanaume nini.
I think it's just a fear. I don't know, what do you think, Carol?
It's not so much in our culture for Nini, but I feel like, let me look at my son and the dad. When he comes to visit, they hug. And when he's leaving, because now he's not living with us anymore, they hug. So, but now it's not an everyday. You know, like now for him, he's there every day. So it's not an everyday. It's us who didn't grow up with the lots of hugs. Our dads were a bit more shy and all that. So
they were just providers.
But I feel like if it's, as long as it can be done, because of course it's much easier with us moms. Me, I hug and squeeze and like, are you okay? Have you eaten? Have you been eating since you left? You know, like this thing never ends. But as do it as long as it lasts. And,
Yeah.
and just that affirming, and even words, because also he's a guy.
ama words nakupenda bro.
Hiyo naye lakini hizi actions kidogo, you know, me who feel like anaweza extend in the future. Jamaa ko 19 bado nachekiwa na hajiana na mse fulani 19 wanapeana pecs.
I see your fear.
So we need to close this episode.
Right.
I don't know if you have anything to add as we close.
Well, I think there's a great opportunity for fatherhood, in the sense of we are learning. It's not like when there was not much information,
Right.
and I believe with that people can pick lessons here and there and apply, because what happens is the father is the most important person in the family.
Oh wow.
And when that fails, and I'm saying this knowing
How
how the dynamics are, knowing I have been there myself, where I have probably felt, I don't need that dude in my life. You know, knowing the dynamics and not judging, but looking at how God instituted family. It's the father is his core, and the father cannot replace the mother, and the mother cannot replace the father, because we will talk about motherhood, and we will see that the mother is an amazing person. But right now, as we talk about fatherhood, it's to restore fatherhood. It's to bring back what fatherhood is about, what it's supposed to be, so that the nation can go, can arise. If you look at the many stories, even from the Bible, they always targeted the fathers, the men. When you look at Pharaoh, he killed the boys. You look at Herod, he killed the boys. And other stories, the boys were always just being eliminated. So it's important to preserve the fatherhood and keep up. You're doing a good job with it.
Well done.
Yeah.
I think for me, my last word would be, it's never too late, even for the fathers who are watching. Sometimes you feel like it's too late, but it's never too late to try and rebuild our relationships with our children, and to walk the path of self-awareness, like mtu ajielewe pia, so that you're able to relate. Si ati unaita mtu mnaangaliana hivi pia kama movie. You know, you have to be able to talk, have that like vile unaambianga God. You know, I tell people, when you're talking with God as your father, he's your father. Unaambia, by the way, leo mimi sijafurahi.
Ujabamba.
Uliniambia tuliagana hivi alafu sasa ibuona, you know. So I feel like those are the conversations we need to start having even with our fathers. And I want to thank you so much, 2mbili, for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
And I think it's amazing.
Amazing.
Hashtag the catch up. The catch up fatherhood series has been real. Thank you. See you all next time. Bye.